Welcome to episode 56 of the Sweet Natured Cruisecast. Hi, I'm Linz. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello. And today we're talking unspoken cruise tips. But first, a little mood music.
'Cause the best things in life are the ones they don't say. The secrets that we keep until the end of the day.
Now, I can see from your face there, you looked unimpressed with that. You challenged me to do a Kenny Rogers-esque country song.
They all sound illicit. This is not...
I think that's your head that
I
makes them sound
know.
illicit.
No,
It's talking about the unspoken
no, it's
secrets.
not. It's weird. We're not it's not secret. We're just... Oh...
Hang on, what's the title of this episode?
Unspoken cruise tips. But that doesn't mean that they're secret and we can't speak them. We are speaking them. That's what we're doing
You
today.
literally said they're the unspoken
Oh
ones.
my word. These are the things that that somebody needs to talk to you about.
And that's what that's
But
about.
no, it doesn't sound like that.
Well, when you hear the full version at the end,
It's making me uncomfortable.
then you might do. I did have an alternate one, and you told me to go with the more Kenny Rogers-esque one.
I can't imagine what the other one was like.
I like the other one as well,
Oh,
but you'll never know.
I won't ever know. It's made me feel really uncomfortable. I don't know what you're trying to tell me or say, to be honest with
I'm
you.
saying nothing. It's the lyrics of a song, that's all.
Hmm.
Shall we get on with this week's episode?
Yes.
So we've got a cruise topic, which we've already obviously touched on, and we've got a few news stories. No cruise confessions, because as we talked about very recently, we've got the Late Night Linzi special at the end of May.
Yes.
So just a couple of weeks
It's
away.
also a bank holiday weekend that weekend.
Oh, is it? That's perfect time.
Yeah, for doing it, yeah.
Is that so that you can recover after it, or
Yeah.
people can recover who watched it?
Everything.
Well, let's get on to this episode's topic.
Yes.
To explain.
So there's a lot of tips out there, and there's a lot of people talking about cruise tips, and then cruise tips you should do, and then cruise tips that you're supposed to do, and then cruise tips that you shouldn't do anymore. But I feel the unspoken cruise tips are always unspoken, regardless of what the spoken cruise tips are.
Clear as mud.
I know what I'm talking about.
Well, do you want to give us an example of one to kick us off?
Yeah, let's do that. The first one, and I'm going to go in, and it's a weird one.
Okay.
When you're buying your clothes for your cruise vacation, and you're looking at all the lovely tropical prints,
Which you might do if you're
which
going
you
to wear
might
somewhere
do,
sunny.
they get lemons, bananas are fine.
Melons.
I would avoid, and I do avoid, even though they're usually in the sale as well, which I love a bargain. I avoid anything with pineapples on, any pineapple print. I would say that is an unspoken cruise tip. Unless you like the pineapple lifestyle and attention, pineapple away. Go cord, top and bottom. But maybe even a handbag. But
What, you go full on pineapple? Do you not feel that's a bit too
not
much
like you're going to run the London Marathon kind of full on parrot. But something, just unless you know what pineapples mean, please don't just...
Well, do you feel you need to explain what pineapples mean?
No,
People might be confused.
they can Google it. It's just...
We've talked about it on...
Yeah, we have talked
Cruisecast
about it before, and I feel it's a little bit early to go any deeper into it.
Yeah, I think being...
Excuse me, I'm so fraught. I'm taking my headband off.
Is it pinching in your head a bit?
Yeah, my brain hurts.
That's always a good sign.
As you've probably noticed, I'm trying... Well, if you're listening...
If they're listening, they definitely won't notice.
No, I'm trying to grow my hair, and I've got to that stupid length where you get the obligatory headband, and it's... And it
It's
grows
gone a
out,
bit wild for
and
us
it grows out, not down. And this is, I go into too much.
People might be interested.
No,
in
they're not. It's like,
So back to your sort of first one there.
unspoken tip.
Yeah. And whilst you talked about the pineapple one there, the sort of the fruity T-shirts and things, it is worth considering sort of when you are picking up sort of holiday clothing as well, the type of cruise ship that
Vacation,
you're going on.
because holiday might
Because
imply candy canes.
Yeah.
And
vacation, holiday, depending where you're from in the world, you're going on a cruise. For some cruise lines, having a T-shirt on or a shirt that's got comedic value,
that's not good either.
no, it's fine on certain cruise lines.
Oh, yeah, but
So I think if you're going on something like Carnival or some of the more party-led ones, you're fine with that.
Yeah.
But it will be frowned upon more if you go on something like Cunard.
Yes, and I also wouldn't, even if you are on a more relaxed cruise line, I wouldn't go full in-betweeners clothing choice.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with In-Betweeners,
Again, Google it.
Google In-Betweeners TV show.
No, it's the film. It's when they go on holiday.
The film? Could you sound more Irish in that? It's a film.
Don't do that.
You were the one at the film.
I'm allowed, you're not.
Is that cultural appropriation?
It is for you.
What about if I was just making a homage to Father Ted?
Maybe.
Okay, thank you. What's your next one?
It's, okay. Now this one might be quite controversial, but I feel
more so than fruity T-shirts?
More so, yeah, probably. Not in a saucy way, but just and I find this works. It works for me.
But people don't talk about it.
And it's interesting because if when you go to, you've been out for the day on a lovely excursion, or you've just wandered around the port, or you've just got on the bus to go to see what the port's like and decided it's not for you, and then you get back on the ship and you go to dinner, and if one of the crew ask you, or the waiting staff or something, when you go to the restaurant and they say, "Did you get off the ship today?" you say, "Yes, thank you," or "No, thank you," depending on your circumstance.
Kind of what you did.
Next line, "Did you?"
You mean have a conversation?
I just ask the crew member, the person, what they did on that specific day.
Yeah.
And because...
You mean engage with someone?
Yeah. You don't... I find that when you ask then, you find you get a lovely table. You find all the...
But you're not doing it for that reason.
No, it's just... it feels nicer.
Yeah, so I think the tip there is don't be afraid to treat the crew like human beings and friends.
I don't know.
Just have a conversation with them because they're doing the same thing all the time. They like to have a chat.
Yes.
At the same time, don't keep them talking for 2 or 3 minutes.
No.
Because that
they're still
throws them out of all the other tables.
Working.
And they'll be polite and won't sort of interrupt you.
Yeah.
But it throws them all out. So it's that just a little bit of engagement and having a chat. I'm with you on that. I completely agree.
Yeah. And also when you go to the main dining room, I don't feel just shouting your room number, making that the first thing you say when you go to the desk. I'm never comfortable with that.
Oh, when they say...
When they just pull up to the desk.
I mean, to be fair, the maitre, depending on the cruise lines, you walk up to it.
Can be a bit snooty.
I'm going to say snooty. They've got numbers of people. They might have to sit thousands of people out there. So they cut out the small talk.
Yes.
Contrary to what we just said there.
Yeah.
And they'll go, cabin number.
Yeah, but you're allowed to say good evening.
Yeah.
Or you're like, hi.
You don't just have to say 6061.
Yes.
Or whatever cabin you're in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Thank you.
It's that sort of politeness. It shouldn't be a tip, this.
Manners maketh the man.
Thank you, Colin Farrell. Colin Firth, even.
Still pretty.
In Kingsman. But, yeah. I don't think Colin Farrell's been in any of the Kingsman yet, has he?
I don't think they're doing anymore.
I think they will at some point.
Maybe. It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was movie talk.
That's the movie cast, different one. What's your next one?
My next one.
Yeah, your next unspoken tip.
My next unspoken tip that, you might not notice it, but people on the balconies notice it. And that's you think, oh, I'm not going to have a cigarette, but I am going to vape on the balcony. Everyone around you knows.
Yeah, I mean, smoking on the balconies, I think for every ship is banned now. I can't think of any cruise lines that let you smoke on a balcony.
No.
I assume that vaping is banned on balconies, but as neither of us have ever smoked or vaped, I don't know for certain, but I've always assumed that vaping is banned as well.
And they've got so many cameras these days. They can, with them, person overboard alarm system. They've
Yeah, I
got that
don't
many
think they're necessarily using that for
No,
catching
but
smokers.
they could.
They could. And we've had it where we've been out on the balcony and smoking where there's not a smoke deck anywhere near us.
No.
We've had it where occasionally the smoking deck's been directly above or directly below us. But when that's not the case,
No.
it doesn't just blow out to sea.
No, it doesn't.
It often blows straight down past all the other balconies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not really an unspoken tip as such. It's a don't do it anywhere because they tell you not to do. But don't think that when you blow it out, it goes straight out to sea.
No.
It absolutely doesn't.
It does not. It does not. It does not. And even though we wouldn't say anything, some people might.
Yeah, they definitely would.
Have
you got another unspoken tip for us?
You're putting me right on the spot. I thought you were going to help.
I am going to help.
Well, what's yours?
I'm trying to think of something.
I don't feel we were prepared.
I was not prepared for an unscripted cruisecast that we just have a topic about.
Yeah, well, there was something about luggage, but it's going to come to me.
An unspoken tip about luggage.
Oh, yes. It's if you're taking mouthwash on your cruise,
okay,
I would make sure.
I would guess a lot of people do take mouthwash.
I'm sure they do. I would take, and I do this. This is an unspoken tip. I do this when we go. I take, regardless of whichever brand I use, I take a classic branded shaped bottle sealed with me, because when they scan the luggage, it's obvious it's mouthwash and not booze.
Yeah. When
you're not going to get, because otherwise, and your luggage may take longer to get to your stateroom if you've put a bottle, and I'd say this for any sort of things you might be taking with you, whether it's shampoo or if you've got a bubble bath or something. If you look at the bottle and go, oh yeah, that looks like that's some boozy.
Yeah.
Then don't do it, because you're not going to see your suitcases for a while, because they're going to open them up and have a look and see what you've got and then be disappointed when it's mouthwash.
I mean, I think there's probably an extended version of that as well.
Oh, do it.
Because we've heard people talk about this in the past, not in terms of a tip, but in terms of stories on there, that if the cruise lines are remotely suspicious of what's in the bag,
they'll open them up.
Which it can often mean your baggage gets delayed 6-7 hours.
It can be,
if you've got a late boarding, for instance, on Virgin.
Yeah, we didn't see ours for ages.
You might not see your luggage till 8-9 o'clock at night.
No.
If they have to go through security. And you might have to go down and open it up and everything like that.
Yeah.
On certain types of cruise ships and things, people might pack things with batteries in as well. Make sure you disconnect the batteries first. Don't have batteries in the devices. So whether that's a razor that vibrates or
a toothbrush
or anything that might vibrate or make a sound or look.
Yeah, because they do tend to go off as well when they're being moved about.
When they're getting crushed and we've had it where, the toothbrush has been drained when they've been
on,
because it's been in the bag and it's had other things and it's pressed it,
Yeah.
again, they will stop it. And
Yeah,
open
because
the
if
back
it's
swell.
making a noise, that's not good.
No. Contrary to when you get on a plane where you can't take that sort of device in your hand luggage, you can on a cruise ship when you get on.
Which I have done as well. And
So my unspoken tip would be, for anything like that, it's going to go through the scanners, but the security people are not judgmental anyway. Put anything on there that might end up delaying your baggage in there and carry it on, because it will potentially cause you issues.
Yeah. And you won't see your luggage for a while. Because that happened to us on Virgin, where there wasn't anything unseemly in the suitcase.
No,
but,
we never had to go down and do
But I'd
anything.
used a different type of mouthwash, which is the one I like to use. But that's if
Did we have to go down to security? And
we had
for that?
well, we were in a suite though, if you remember as well. So we had one of the Rockstar people have to try and help us, but we wouldn't have got it for hours if we hadn't had that. But either way, I still couldn't. If you remember, I couldn't get ready, and I had to go on the grog walk looking like I'd gone to Asda.
I don't think you looked like you'd gone to Asda.
I wasn't in clothes that the outfit that I'd planned to wear. I just had as a result now, I have a little makeup bag in my carry-on just in case things are late, because...
Yeah, I mean, the tip a lot of people say is make sure you carry like your medication and stuff like that on there. That's not an unspoken tip.
No.
And it's completely sensible to do so. And same if you're on a plane or anywhere else. Just assume that your luggage is going to get lost. And what can you survive with? You can survive without lots of clothes until you get to the next port. And worst case scenario, you have to buy some and claim on your insurance.
But not with pineapples.
With sort of makeup that you might not better replace, or with medication, that's a bigger problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any final unspoken cruise tips that have sort of come to mind?
No. Your song has really knocked me.
Well, I don't know what to say.
I find it.
I'm going to just set my own challenge for the next episode.
Okay.
As opposed to having to do a style.
Okay.
And that way, it's my fault if it's not right.
Okay.
I mean, I do lyrics anyway, so I can only blame myself anyway.
Yeah.
Shall we have some cruise news?
Yes, please.
Okay. First up, Royal Caribbean has changed its air travel program.
Oh, okay.
Now, and when I say change,
there's a lot of changes going on.
It's kind of rebranded it. So for the longest time, it's been called Air to Sea.
Okay.
Which is not confusing, but it's a bit clear as mud type thing. Isn't it?
Well, it's not like you're landing on an aircraft carrier.
No, you're not.
Maybe it gave that impression.
Maybe the impression that you were going straight to your cruise ship via the plane.
That they had another, like an aircraft carrier that goes alongside the ship that you land on.
Yeah.
And then you're tendered from the aircraft carrier. I'd actually like this, though.
Well, they've now renamed it.
Okay.
And they've gone with a completely obvious, does what it says on the tin.
Okay.
Flights by Royal.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
Now, as you absolutely rightly said, at the moment, because at the time of recording when we did this, just last night, Spirit in the US.
Oh, no, it was a couple of days ago.
Were it a couple of days ago?
Yeah.
All right. Certainly not long.
Yeah, so the
within the last few days.
The airlines are,
a lot of the airlines have been struggling a little bit, and obviously it's your responsibility if you book it separately to make sure you get to the port where your cruise line is.
Yeah.
If you don't get there because you booked a plane separately, and you miss your cruise, then that's not Royal or any other cruise line's fault.
No.
If you book it through the cruise line, and we're not recommending you do or you don't, this is just what they say.
We try and tend to if we can get a good price.
We do and generally they do have good prices because they buy in bulk more so than as individuals do.
But then sometimes you find that you've got about 3 layovers, which annoys the...
Not always ideal when it's like that. Certainly when we're doing long haul, we've tended to book it as a package when it's short.
And request direct.
Like for when we're going out of Barcelona shortly, we booked direct for that. There was no benefit to book it through Virgin for that. But what they do as part of the Royal one, and this applies similar for other ones as well, is it has a guaranteed arrival but also a book now, pay later element to it,
Okay.
which for a lot of flights, certainly in the UK,
Yeah.
you have to pay in full at the time you book it.
Yes. To secure it.
Yeah. And you can't always book them until maybe 9 months out, depending on the releases, depending where you're going. So some have on there. So the Flights by Royal is available in the US, Canada, UK, Australia, and certain European markets. Not all of them, but most of them. And it's to like over 50 ports worldwide that they go to.
Nice.
Probably the biggest reason to do it is that the airport, the Flights by Royal has a guaranteed arrival feature. So if the flight that they booked you is delayed or cancelled, the cruise line has a dedicated team for that 24/7.
That's good.
So you're not having to get in touch with whichever airline it is, like everyone else who on that plane and try to do it, to rebook the guests on a new flight, completely free of charge, no cost whatsoever, even if that means that you might have to meet the ship at its next port.
Okay, understand.
And they would arrange refunds and stuff like that. But they also help with things like ground transportation if you booked it through that, hotel reservation. So it's one call. Like if you've got a travel agent in the UK, they will sort all that out for you if you booked it as a package through them. If you book the component separately, it's up to you. So interesting that they redid it. It seems an apt time with everything going on.
I can understand.
It's definitely one that's always worth checking.
Yeah.
And you can always just check the price and then check it direct as well. If it's a big difference.
Yeah, I like to do that.
Go on there. Cruise news story number 2.
Okay.
So this is Norwegian Cruise Line is targeted people that are going on shorter sailings, so 5 nights or less, with a drinks package price hike.
Oh, okay.
So we often refer to them as booze cruises.
Yep. We do, and we're having a drink now. It's on orange juice.
Yeah, there's no alcohol in this one. But they're increasing it fairly chunkily for those shorter ones. I think it's about 12%. So the price is going up by $3.50 per day per person.
Yeah.
But which takes it up to $32 per day. The previous rate was $28.50.
Yeah.
So they're saying they've not given a specific reason for it, other than people tend to drink more with those packages, I suspect.
Yes.
When you're on the shorter ones, and we've done it ourselves.
Yeah, we have. We've gone hard.
Yeah. You know you've only got 3 or 4 nights on board.
Yeah.
You don't have to space it out a little bit. You overindulge.
Yes.
And I suspect the cost per person when they're on a package on those ones to the cruise line is that they probably don't make any profit.
Yeah.
And they've looked at it and gone, actually, if we set it at there, people will still pay for it on those ones.
But we'll be up.
But we won't lose as much money.
Yeah.
So whilst they've not said why, I'm going to say that's what it is.
Yeah.
But that's the free at sea drinks package stuff.
Okay, lovely.
Final news story. And this is quite an interesting one. The P&O, we don't tend to have that much P&O news on here.
Oh, no.
Don't know why. There's just not that much that P&O announces. But they've added for the 2026 season, so from now, a new Stephen Mulhern magic show.
Do you know he's taller in real life than he looks on television?
How tall is he?
He's very tall.
Taller than me?
Similar. I'd say he's slightly tall. He's taller than you expect.
Think?
You think he is, yeah.
I've always assumed he's fairly tall, because whenever I've seen him stood at the side of Ant and Dec, he looks giant. But Ant and Dec are
they have
slightly more petite.
Yes. They're the heights in real life that you imagine them to be.
You've met them. Are they about the same height as you? That's how I imagine they are.
Dec, Ant's a bit taller.
Okay. So, now that we've covered off the height of 3 different celebrities in the UK, Stephen Mulhern did have a show on there before, which we've seen, called Astonish.
Yes, we did.
But this is a brand new one. I'll come back to that in a sec. But on top of that, they're doing a comedy season.
Oh.
Who do you think is the comedian that they've got to personally create all of the comedians coming on?
I don't know.
It's a British comedian.
I couldn't possibly. I've thought of a name, but it won't be this person.
I'm not saying it.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying because I'm trying to be funny. It's called Roy.
It's called Void.
Don't say it.
It's definitely not Void.
No,
I know
no,
you meant,
no.
imagine if it had been that.
The bookings might have gone up.
I'd have been booking on Iona.
I don't think so.
So this is on Iona and Arbia.
Yeah.
Only applies to these two ships. Sorry, I should have started by saying that. And it's Jason Manford. So that's quite a big
name. Yeah.
name in there. So what they're doing is very different to what they've done before, because both of these are going to be in the Limelight Club.
Oh, rather than the theatre.
Yeah. So
I actually like that
Stephen's
better.
one is called Stephen Malone's Live and Unbelievable.
Okay, that's nice. I like this.
And it's brand new close-up magic.
Okay,
Which seems more captivating. It seems to fit perfectly.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, for the
Club.
Limelight. Yeah. Oh, we definitely need to get on these.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I couldn't see anything when I was reading this news story about it, but I'm assuming that there is an upcharge. It's in the Limelight Club,
which has the dinner.
That they're not going to be hosting the dinner on those ones.
Oh, they might be.
And it is adults only.
Okay.
For both of these ones.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that there's a cost to that.
I'm sure there will, because it's the Limelight Club.
Yeah, but they've said it's a mixture of illusion, sleight of hand, bit of mischief, comedy.
Okay.
But adults only.
Okay.
And it is obviously very limited capacity in there, as we know. And that's running from May through to October.
Okay, we definitely need to get on.
The comedic one, running at the same time, again, only on board Iona and Arvia. And each performer's been hand-selected by Jason.
Okay.
So they've got 140 shows, 2 shows a night, 70 different comedians.
Wow.
So it'll be really interesting to see who they've done all of, because Virgin have done their comedy cruise for the last few years.
Yeah, that's the back end of August this year.
And they've had some really big
names
going on there.
Yeah.
But when they've been putting on, when they've had the likes of Rob Beckett on there, they've gone into the main Red Room, I say theatre, the main staging area.
Yeah.
And we've heard from, we haven't been on the comedy festival on Virgin.
No.
But we've heard people not being able to get into either
No,
the shows
they've not been able to get
because
in. And if you remember, they also had very, very busy seas for the last one as well.
Yeah.
So people were
So it'll be interesting to see whether they get people of sort of the likes of a Rob Beckett going on for individual ones, because we've seen some really big names in the Limelight Lounge.
Yeah.
So whether they can bring people in, and then how easy it'll be to get a ticket to that. And whether maybe they have to do for the really big ones you submit your name in for a lottery like they did for the Gary Barlow ones we saw.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that we're going to hear much more, and people are on there. And if we get chance, we must try and get on Iona and Arvia sometime between now and October.
Okay, it does sound like,
because it'd be really interesting to see.
Terrific. But definitely.
Nice to see some P&O doing something a little bit different.
Yeah. They've also got a Pete Tong cruise as well, which I thought was great.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a classic Ibiza.
Yeah, going out to, I think it's going Southampton and then Barcelona and everywhere. And they've got him on. I think I want to say October.
Is that on one of the new
on
ships?
Arvia?
On Arvia. I would love them when they do those ones where they know it's it's almost a theme cruise.
Yeah.
You
don't have any children.
Do it through that. It's an adults only one.
Yeah, I would say that was great.
It gives them a chance to do it on. You only may be doing 1 cruise a year or 2 cruises a year. But I think that would make them even more popular.
Me too.
And especially where the theming of it.
Yeah.
An Ibiza club is not designed for children.
No.
And you don't really want. You can't do that entirely through May to October with
the
comedy clubs.
No.
But it's good that they're making them adults only, because in the past when we've been into...
I think they are adults only. We didn't have any children when we
in
were...
Limelight.
In Limelight, yeah.
But in the... I'm just trying to remember the name of the club at the back where you go out onto the Sunset Bar, where we've seen a few comedians in there, and they do the adults only ones, but there's still children going in there.
Yeah.
And that doesn't seem appropriate when
pirouetting on the dance floor in front of
when it is clearly labelled as an adults only one.
Yeah.
Whereas if P&O potentially did an adults only one, but only on certain charters, like
Yeah.
the Ibiza one,
Yeah.
I think that I'd personally be really interested in doing
Yeah.
that because it's just something a bit different, isn't it?
Mhm.
But any final thoughts on any of that?
No. Well done. Like it.
Thank you. Well, that brings us up to the end of this particular cruise cast.
Well, thank you, darling.
Are you looking forward to the song?
No.
But shall I play us out anyway?
Do it. Thank you for listening and have a lovely day.
I've walked a mile or two across these wooden boards. I've seen the way the light dances on the chords. There's a manual they hand you when you walk through the gate, full of polished promises and things they say are great. But there's a quiet language that the old hands speak, the kind of wisdom that the newcomers seek. It ain't written in the brochure, it ain't on the map. It's the hidden little secrets in the quiet overlap. 'Cause the best things in life are the ones they don't say, the secrets that we keep until the end of the day. It's the nod, it's the wink, it's the turn of the key to the version of the world that only we get to see. Yeah, the real gold is buried just out of your view in the unspoken things that nobody tells you. Don't follow every crowd, don't walk every line. Sometimes the best path is the one you gotta find. Listen to the wind when the stars start to show. There's a rhythm in the movement that the locals only know. It's about the timing, it's about the grace of knowing how to move in a crowded space. It ain't in the fine print, it's a feeling in your soul. How to keep your balance when you're starting to roll. 'Cause the best things in life are the ones they don't say, the secrets that we keep until the end of the day. It's the nod, it's the wink, it's the turn of the key to the version of the world that only we get to see. Yeah, the real gold is buried just out of your view in the unspoken things that nobody tells you. The water's got a secret that it tells to the moon. If you listen close enough, you'll be humming the tune. 'Cause the best things in life are the ones they don't say, the secrets that we keep until the end of the day. It's the nod, it's the wink, it's the turn of the key to the version of the world that only we get to see. Yeah, the real gold is buried just out of your view, and the unspoken things that nobody tells you. Keep it to yourself. Yeah, keep it between the lines.